Hello everyone, I'm Larry Prohaska, and I'm putting this short video together just to introduce you to me before our training in 2 weeks. So we're scheduled to work together on the morning of November 17th, and I wanted to give you an idea of some of the things that we're going to be working with. So Lynette was in the training I offered last June, and the foundation of that training is a process called Start With Why. It's based on a video with Simon Sinek that I'm going to bring with me, and we'll use that for discussion. But I thought I'd give you an overview about that now and give you some things to think about ahead of time. So you see from this image, Golden Circle is about discovering your why. Let me explain that to you just a little bit. One of the things Simon talks about is that every organization has some sense of what they do. Very few have a sense of how they go about doing what they do, and perhaps even fewer know why it is that they do what they do. So the what is the product or services that you produce. The how is the specific things that you go about, the features that you have, the way you set yourself apart from your competition. But the why is a deeper purpose, a higher calling, something else that you get to express through the work that you do. My probably most recent example is customer service. I ordered a laptop cover, and it's not a very expensive item, and the silicone feet on the bottom are already falling off. I wrote to the company yesterday. Within a couple of hours, they confirmed my address, and now I have replacement for me on the way. They're not about selling products. They're about taking care of people and providing something that's meaningful to them. So the discovery process has been profound. I've done this for a number of years with a number of different groups. And my sense is that when people don't know why they do what they do a lot of what. And when you know why you do what you have an instant framework to know what feels authentic, what feels in alignment, what's in agreement and congruent with your values, and what fits, what doesn't fit. So to me, it's a great reference, not only for going through life, but I saw a short interview with Ted Danson the other day, and he's approaching 70, but he has this youthful vigor about him, and they're asking him about his guiding principles. And one of the things he talked about is know your purpose. Know your purpose. If you don't know your purpose, it doesn't really matter what you do. I have young friends that I just met. They bought a house. They work 7 days a week. They're gone 8, 10, 12, at least 10, 12 hours a day. And the comment they made to me one day is, I guess you work really, really hard until someday you can't do that again. That's not a really good why. So what we're going to do together is spend some time looking at the process of discovering your why. And the idea is, instead of working from the outside in, doing a lot of what and a lot of effort trying to force something to happen, you work from the inside out. And when you're aligned with your why, things become more effortless. You're in more alignment. You're more energized by what you do. So our time together, I'll give you a couple of examples here. Starbucks from Australia, I'm going to read this. Our aim will be to make Starbucks the most successful coffee chain in Australia. Very uninspiring, very what-oriented, not a lot of value there. And then look at the description from Simon from the inside out. I want to inspire people to do the things that inspire them. I want to inspire people to do the things that inspire them. And the other thing he's working with, and I picked this up a couple of years ago, to help build a world in which the vast majority of people go home every day feeling fulfilled by their work. And that's probably not the reality now. So part of what I'd like you to know about me is that whenever I facilitate a training or a program, I bring in principles that are general enough that I'd like for it to be as meaningful to you in your personal life as it is to you in your work life. And I want it to be a value. If it's not a value to you in your personal life, you're probably not going to do it at work. But on the other hand, you spend more of your life at work than you do with your family in many cases. So part of my ulterior motive is, how do we make that environment as meaningful, enriching, and inspiring as possible? So knowing your why is important. We'll also spend some time talking about how do you need to express your why. And this was very frustrating for me when I first started. So I'm going to bring in some exercises to do that. And again, what the why is this kind of a higher level. It's more of an umbrella. It's a calling. It's a deeper purpose. It's what you feel like you're placed on this earth to do. And it's the driver that really is behind your motives and your actions. So the way that Simon talked about it, there's a visceral, tangible feeling, gives you goosebumps when you come into alignment with it. It's the kind of thing that you would love to put on a t-shirt and advertise to the world. I've got two words that keep coming up for me, and those are awesome and inspire. So those are the kind of things for me. And it's what gets you up in the morning and helps drive you through your life in a meaningful way. So guiding principles, values, environments that allow you to thrive, generally verb oriented. This is the hows, they're action oriented. So that's one of the things we're going to work with. And again, the hows are the actions that bring your why to life. So process of discovery, really important. The place people bog down in this is they try to figure it out. And a why is a feeling. It's not a thought. So we'll do some experiences to go back, and I'll put together some notes to send along with this video for questions for you to think about. Times when you felt fully engaged, where you lost track of time, where you're involved with something that felt really meaningful and fulfilling. At this moment, you feel completely aligned and present in this moment, like, wow, this is the kind of work that I was born to do and destined to do. So in our process, we're going to work with that. And then how do we tie that into the mission of the clerk's office from the city and also the values? So here's the mission. This is what Lynette sent to me that came in up in the document somewhere. Mission of the city clerk's office: provide a program administration of excellent customer service, guidance, and access to information and resources, and various levels of support for our diverse customers to foster informed, open, and participatory government while meeting legal requirements. How do we translate that into day-to-day actions and into some principles that are clear so you knew you have those for guiding principles? Then the other part of that, within the city, the vision of service excellence for an inspired future. Here's the values that the city has espoused: customer service, respect, integrity, collaboration, and innovation. And I've worked with a lot of organizations over the last 25 or 30 years where those kind of values require some translation. What does that mean to you? How do you translate those to you? And then most importantly, how do they show up through your behavior and your interaction with each other and the people around you? So that's kind of an overview of what we're going to do. I'm looking forward to working with you. Again, to let you know, I'm a facilitator, so I don't come in with a really heavily structured program. But I've got like those 3 objectives. One of them is to work with the why, and as a peripheral part of that, spend some time getting clear on the how. And then how do we tie that into the vision and the values for the city? And I'm really clear we're setting something in motion. This isn't going to all be complete in one day, but we're going to spend our time getting as clear as possible and then setting this in motion so you can continue it down the road. We're not on a journey to save the world, but to save ourselves. But in doing that, you save the world. The influence of a vital person vitalizes. To me, when people are clear on their why, their higher purpose, their deeper calling, and they live in alignment with that, that's vitality. And that's contagious. So last slide I have here, I'm going to skip that. There we go. Oscar Wilde quote. I fell in love with this when I saw it, so I grabbed this image off of the internet to go with it. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. So if you have questions, let me know. And what I'm going to do is put together a couple of questions, maybe a one-page handout of the kinds of things to be thinking about for our training in 2 weeks, so that we can kind of hit the ground running and you'll know what to expect. And if there's anything I can do to clarify that more, let me know. So bye for now. I look forward to working with you.